Alright, part 4 of the dislikable dude versus Matt Broomfield. This took a bit longer than expected, but we were addressing a pretty important issue here, a very sensitive one. So I appreciate you folks bearing with me. And Matt, thank you once again. Okay, now where were we? We discussed the situation we went through in school. You went through in school, so that's where we left off. As adults, we are expected to play along with the spirit of things and ignore such epithets and not be oversensitive. Understandable. Again, that's a complicated situation there. It involves what we were taught as children as well as a function of our cultures. Yeah, as children we were taught basically that, to play along with the spirit of things, and yeah, we were given that good old fashioned adult remedy. That's what adults just ram down our fucking throats constantly. Ignore it and it will go away. Ignore it and it will go away. Well, those adults tended to not mention malignant tumors. If you ignore a malignant fucking tumor, will it go away? No. Oh, it will go away, alright, it will. But not until you've gone away, god damn it. So, some things you can ignore and take with a grain of fucking salt, and some things you simply cannot. Especially if, like a bad case of herpes, they keep coming back. So, anyways, getting back to that, and not be oversensitive. Well, as I said, bringing us back to the function of our culture, I know I'm pretty sure our laws are quite similar, the UK versus the USA, but I believe we have a more lenient privilege in terms of freedom of speech. So that being the case, you have to tolerate some forms of speech that you do not agree with, and be able to understand that, so that it's the tolerance of this speech that you don't fucking agree with at all, that you downright motherfucking hate. You have to understand that tolerance is what makes us able, well, for the time being, until they fucking take it away from us, that makes us able to be able to express our own each individual opinion about things. And that's the primary fundamental value that our country was founded upon. As for when you said that black people should not be offended by it, well, that is implicit in your entire video, because you suggest in as many words that everybody should stop being sensitive and allow the word to be freely used without offense. Freedom of speech. I might argue the same for the C word. Is that cunt, by the way? Now that's a nice word. I fucking love that. Yeah. Oh. Is that joke? Alright, now getting back to this. I might argue the same for the C word, but some people will always take offense at it. Well, that's what that's the point I just wrapped up here. People are always going to get offended by something, but if free speech exists in your government, then you're going to have to put up with shit that you get offended against and realize that because of that, that's why you get to have this right to make free speech in the first place. The word derives from the Latin niger, which means black, and was used by Spanish to refer to black people. I guess they called them negro. Hablo un poquito español. So I guess that predates colonization of America by the English 20 some odd years ago. Good. 20 some odd years ago, okay. Alright, so I'll give you that. That word, in a sense, was around a few years before the colonization, but I know from what I wasn't there, of course, but I know from what I've been taught by the common knowledge in the books and schools and everything over here, was that black people were here with us as soon as we came over here as slaves, unfortunately. So the derivative of that word, yeah, that's pretty good information there. But then it also goes back to a whole other word, Indian, which is debatable there too, because it is said that Indians were called Indians by Columbus when he came over here, because he mistook them for the Indians over in the real India, so to speak. But apparently at that time in 1492, India was not called India, it was called Hindustan. Hindustan, I believe is how it was pronounced. And he came up with that word based on Indios, which means living of God. And so he said that they're people living of God, and then turn around and fucking killed all of them, and most of them, and fucking enslaved the rest, basically. So I don't know what the fucking deal was there. It's, well, that's a whole other issue. But yeah, good point. Then the whole slavery thing, and the word negro got bastardized into nigger, which became used as a pejorative, as I understand. Nevertheless, I am impressed by your perspectives on U.S. history, so perhaps I am missing some details there? You make some good points yourself, so I appreciate that. Yeah, there are many details which I cannot begin to explain within the scope of 15 fucking minutes. So we may save that for another day or another time. Whatever, just let me know about that. I'd like to start by thanking you for the courtesy and eloquence of your response. Well, thank you, Matt. Unlike you, I am not blessed with the memory to put together a long response on video. So, I'm bringing us to our last little part here. So, address your comments. I address your comments in a series of posts and hope that you can bear with me. I'll do that. And as I said before, I do appreciate your feedback, whether it's good or bad. And so that way I'll know how to evaluate the situation. Are you aware that the president of FIFA, the global soccer organization, is right now fighting to keep his job after he said that racism is no longer an issue in soccer? Because it is such an issue still, just like nigger. Alright. Good point there too, finally. Yeah, maybe it is an issue, but the reason I have the balls to get up and discuss this word in this video and the misconceptions of it is so that hopefully someday it will not be an issue and that the racial tension will no longer fucking be there. And that's the point of my entire argument as far as this goes. And then, as I said before, just be sure to keep in mind that my style is comedy, stand-up comedy. So I like to make observations about shit that goes on in real life that we have to put up with in reality and we have to fucking deal with. And it really, a lot of this shit really pisses us the fuck off. So I like to take these issues, however serious they may be, and just make light of them. Just do, as I said, hyperbole, and just blow it into an issue that could be just absolutely so fucking unreasonable that no one would just be able to comprehend that, is this dude being for real? It may seem that way because that's the way my style of comedy is. I come off as very serious, but in actuality, about a lot of things I'm not. And that's why my comedy is for a more mature audience, because they might be more able to get to understand what I'm joking about and what I'm not joking about. So that's why I'm sort of using the prop here right now about the magic bucket or whatever the fuck. But anyway, thanks again for your feedback. It was really helpful and it gave me some great material. And as I said, if you have any other issues, don't hesitate to, you can write me a note or do a video response if you want to do that. You don't have to. Or just make a comment or a series of comments, whatever you want to do. But anyway, now, by the way, where is that United Kingdom anyway? How you get there? Don't you gotta go to Myrtle Beach, take a left or some shit like that? Is that how you get over there to where that place is at? But, well, yeah, maybe I'll drive on down there, make a left to Myrtle Beach. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, dude, thanks again.